Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project, and I'm going to feature two Sizzlets this time to make this really cute card. Have you seen this really cute card before? I bet you have. I'm going to bring in my 2009 idea book and catalog, and look, the card is featured right there. So what I did was I took that idea and I ran with it to create today's card for you. First of all, you need to gather together some cardstock. You're going to need some Whisper White. You're going to need the Tall Tales Designer Series paper, but you're going to use this side of the paper instead of the brightly colored side. And I have some chocolate chip. You're also going to need your Big Shot, of course, and you're going to need your platform and your standard cutting plates. So I have used the Little Leaves die, and I have used the Many Thanks die, and you can run them through together. So put your Tall Tales Designer Series paper on top. Now here's what you want to do. On the Little Leaves, you can actually put your paper whichever way you want up. But for the Many Thanks, if I want the words to show up with the green side, I have to actually turn it over. All right. And then I'll put my standard cutting plate on top and run it through. Now, you're going to need a few other things as well. You're going to need your two-way glue pen. You're going to need some vintage brads, and that's what's going to bump up the card a notch or two. And you're going to need your paper piercing tool and your two pads that come in the pack with the paper piercing tool. You're going to need the template, and you're going to need the pad that the tool pierces through too. All right. And then I also used my scallop edge punch. All right. So here's what you're going to get when you run both of them through the Big Shot. You're going to pull apart the letters for Many Thanks, and you're going to use the thank you and not the S. I think last week my card featured the S. This week it doesn't. And then you're going to punch out very gently the little leaves from the Designer Series paper. Okay, I'm just going to sweep that all over there. And then basically what you're going to do, let me bring in my card to show you. What you're going to do is you're going to take the Designer Series paper from the Tall Tales, and you're going to bring in your scallop edge punch, and you're going to punch all along the edge of one side of the cardstock, and you're going to glue it down at the bottom of the card. And then before I adhered the Whisper White, what I did was I took the template for the paper piercing tool, and I laid it on top, and then I took my paper piercing tool and I punched holes in an even line all the way across following the template. And then I adhered that down. So once I had my two pieces of cardstock adhered down to the chocolate chip card base, then I took my two-way glue pen and I started backwards. That way you know you have enough room and they're going to be lined up properly. So I glued down the U, the O, and the Y, and then I started backwards with the thank, starting with the K and moving forward to the T. And after I had those two placed, then I added the Little Leaves die, the Sizzlet die punch out on top, using my two-way glue pen as well. So basically what that did was that created this card here. But for me, it seemed really simple. And which is fine, there's nothing wrong with simple, but I wanted to bump it up a notch. So what I did was I took this card idea and I thought, you know, I really love vintage brads, and so I brought back in my paper piercing template and paper piercing tool, and I punched 3 holes and put 3 vintage brads in to complete the card. And that's it. For a list of the measurements and all the materials I used to make this Many Thanks card, please visit my blog, and you'll see the address in the print below my video tutorial, or you can just go directly to www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While you're on my blog, there's lots of things for you to look at, and you can also sign up for my e-newsletter, which comes out twice a month. I'm Terry, and I am nuts about stamping. See you next time!